Hey everybody, this is Mary Z from Sofas Wellness. Welcome to part 3 of a 4-part series on the must-haves that you need to reach your health goals. Um, a little backstory about how I developed this framework is about 2 years ago, I was really struggling with getting my clients long-term success. And I took a look at my own family's success on our health journey. We've been on this health journey for 14 years and it's ongoing. And I looked at my most successful clients to see what is it about successful people. What do they do that keeps them successful and staying on the path to long-term wellness? And I found these 4 critical things, and I've been sharing that the last couple of times. So for part 1 and 2, look at the links below and you can see them. I'll recap them really quick for you. The first must have is your aha moment. That's the moment you realize that this health goal you have needs to be accomplished this year. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're just going to do it. And the next one is your big why. That's really key because that will get you through the struggle that you're going to face. And the best whys involve not only yourself, but someone or something else. In fact, it's something bigger than yourself. Those are the best whys. So today, on part 3, I'm going to cover your beliefs. The beliefs that you have about your health. Now, this is a really, really big one. It's really key, and it needs to be examined. And when the human mind is it's kind of a slippery slope. On, 1 minute we can be positive, and the next minute we can be negative and hard on ourselves. So we really just need to be aware of this and be willing to take a look at it. And we just need to know that we as humans have this tendency to get in our own way, and by looking at our beliefs, we can learn how to get out of our way, right? So when I help my new clients look at their health beliefs, I look at it from 3 vantage points. And the first vantage point that I look at is their beliefs about themselves, or the belief about yourself. What is it that you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you can get well? Do you believe that you have to carry this diagnosis code around with you for the rest of your life? Do you believe that this label you've put on yourself is permanent and can't be touched? That's my challenge to you. People come to me with these ideas, and I challenge them that they don't have to accept this. In fact, I want to challenge them and get beyond it so they can get the health goal achieved. The next belief that I need to look at is the beliefs that you form because of your friends and family. We all know that friends and family influence us. And if you've read the famous study that came out a handful of years ago about trim people have trim friends and heavy people have heavy friends. That's kind of a tendency that there is. That kind of illustrates that. Just need to take a look at what, your associations will either help you or hurt you. So anytime you're trying to achieve a health goal and you're around family and friends, please share it with them what your goal is, and hopefully they'll support you in that endeavor. And if for some reason they're not supporting you and maybe even sabotaging you, you need to take a hard, cold look at that and start putting limits on their behavior or limits on the time that you're going to give them. And the third vantage point of health beliefs that we look at are beliefs that you have or that society kind of influences you about on your health. People have this notion, I'll give you a couple examples. People have this notion that when you're middle-aged, it's inevitable that you're going to be heavy and overweight. Or as you get into advanced age, that you're inevitably going to get Alzheimer's or some other form of dementia, some neurodegenerative disease, or that you're going to be frail. It's just not the case, my friends. I challenge you to look at your beliefs, what you hold to be true. These things that people typically believe do not have to be true. In fact, these kinds of beliefs just hold you back from reaching your health goal. But I really want you to take a hard, cold look at what you believe and see if it's helping you or hurting you. And just in case you're struggling with having negative thoughts or self-limiting thoughts, I want to give you a couple different stories here, little snippets of stories of people that I've encountered over the years. And maybe you can see yourself in some of these stories. Now, the first one I want to share with you is when I was a nurse, I had this beautiful patient that I will never forget. She was my oldest patient ever, and she was 104 years old. Yes, that's right. She was 104, and she was sharp as a tack. She was physically beautiful. She was strong, and I asked her, what her secret was to being so strong and beautiful at 104. And she quickly told me that, she had these health practices. She believed that she could live a vibrant, healthy life up until the moment she died. And that's what her beliefs were, and her behaviors also reflected that. And she told me her secrets were, doing a major detox at a place that she went to every year, where they tweaked her food and her supplements and helped her figure out what she can do for the next year to really advance her health more. She told me she had some rules around food. She told me that all she ate was beautiful, healthy food. She said no to most desserts, although she would have one occasionally, and she decided that she would not drink alcohol at all. And she decided that this was not a limiting life. She decided that this was a very happy, healthy life for her, and she showed it. The next story that I have for you, a story of hope and inspiration, is my grandmother. When I was probably before middle school age, my grandmother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she had had a stroke maybe a year prior to that, and she couldn't talk anymore. But when the doctors told us her prognosis of living, they gave her about 5 years to live. And in fact, the truth is my grandmother lived for about 10 years beyond her initial diagnosis. And that was because she had the belief that she wanted to live as long as she could to see us kids grow up. And the last story of hope and inspiration I have for you is from a category of clients that I typically have. I have this category of clients of females, and they're maybe age 40 to 50, and they come to me, just knowing that they can really improve their health and really tweak their health. It often has to do with being overweight, but they know that they can achieve it if they just get the help, and they're coming to me for help. And we work through their challenges, we work through their belief system, and lo and behold, they actually do achieve their health goals. We do get to the root of why it is that they're packing on these pounds when they don't need to. So they've tossed that notion that old notion that when you're middle-aged, you're going to be heavy. They said, no, thank you. I'm not going to believe that. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to get some help. And they do get there. I hope those little stories of inspiration and hope really resonate with you. I hope one of those stories resonates with you. And this is a great reminder of just how powerful your beliefs are about your health. Your mind, where your mind goes, your body goes. So I want you to get your mind in a really good place so that your body can follow. So join me next time for part 4 of my framework. Until then, see you later. Do you want to close live broadcasting? Okay.